Take a minute and just hold your hands up and hold them apart and then kind of move them close together. When you begin to feel an energy flow, do it slowly. And when you feel the energy flow, kind of stop and rotate it a little bit. And let me know if you got that. Put it in the comments, okay? I want you to do this a little bit. And then I want you to, as you feel it and become aware of it, make it bigger and bigger and bigger. And let's put it into our heart today. Let's put it into our heart today. We're going to create all this beautiful energy of all this light and love, whatever's your favorite color. Think about that. Whatever, if you love rainbows or silver holographic like me and glitter and diamond, think of that. Whatever it is that you love to look at. Maybe you like shoes. Think about a wall full of shoes with all your favorite brand, all beautifully boxed and packaged and put on the shelves just exactly the way you like to see them, organized according to perfection. Isn't that beautiful? Whatever your idea of perfection looks like. Wow. Okay. They're saying, and that the more you do this in a place of bliss, the more it suits you and works well for you. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. The answer to the question is by the need to, wow, this is casting the spell. We're going to talk about casting a spell. Okay. In wanting, you'll find more wanting. In having, you'll find more having. You want to cast a spell that's karma clear. You want to cast a spell that's done very well thought out in regards to repercussions and side effects. See, it's a transference of energy, and it's an awareness. It is a point of awareness from which a spell is cast. And it is in the having or the not having. When it boils down to the core essence of what it is, it's in the having or the not having. And anywhere where you're not having, you'll continue not having. Or at least not having the way you had hoped. It won't be the having. And when you cast a spell from the place of the having, and the focus goes there, then the having comes too. But if you're not in the energy of bliss and you're in a lower vibration, the point of focus is one of resistance in reality, because it's on the lower vibrational end of the spectrum, you see. And that's where wanting exists. See, it's wholeness that draws in wholeness. It's love that draws in love. It's wealth that draws in wealth. You can go down a list. And you can put all these different dualities or opposites in the amount of the flow. Ooh. And you can choose in which direction it will go, to the having or to the not having. See, this is all of your beliefs, all of your programs, all of your ideas, all of your religions, all of the things that you do, and the superstitions and the beliefs, and all of these ideas, judgments, implants, are of resistance, a separation from the allowing of the wholeness of who and what you are to flow through you and to you, because it is you. So then like attracts like. So somebody says, will it work? You can make it work. Oh yeah, you can, if you want to, but it's not going to look the way you want it to. And there's always someone whose free will is stronger than yours. So you can only get so far. Sometimes you're going to get met way out at the city limits. Sometimes you're going to get met while you're 1 month in the bed. I'm just saying, either way, it's going to come across and it's going to hit you upside your head. Man, this isn't what I wanted it to be. Wow. Because you're trying to force something where there's a not having. And this is where you're not trying to control yourself. You're trying to control the other. You're saying, hey, you do what I want you to, and I'll be happy. So now you've given your power away in a couple of different ways. You've given your power away in a couple of different ways on those days where you've chosen the wanting and letting that be so strong. And somebody says, well, how can you get anything if you don't want it? There's a difference between, ooh, that would be nice, and how much do I need to pay to get a love spell to get this person to come to me because they don't want me, but I want them and I deserve them and I should have them and I want them. Big difference in, ooh, that would be nice, to going and doing all this preparation, research, study, practice, ceremony, whatever, to make something happen against somebody else's will. Because if they wanted to be there, they would be there. And if everything's happening for a reason, then all that's happening for a reason too. So how are we giving away our power to something that we are wanting instead of having? And in the better it gets idea, thank you, Abraham. In having, there's more having. This is why we said from the beginning, if all you had is one left sock and one right shoe, and you gave more gratitude for that one left sock and one right shoe, well, before you know it, you'd have 2 socks and 2 shoes. And then at some point, you would eventually have some place to put them up. And then you've had friends for them of all different colors and designs and name brands. Beautiful ones that make you feel grand. Praise. For it's in the focus of having that there is more having. You can say, hey, you're just a little bit of money in my account. Or you say, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful and grateful that I got this in my account. And there's always room for more. So go on and fill it up. How full can it get and how quick can it get full? And how many beautiful, happy ways can that happen so that I am paid praise? Because I love what I do with the money when I have it. And I always have it, and it always comes. And the reason why there's room for more to fit in there is because, and the reason why the universe doesn't like a vacuum and is going to fill it up, because that's just how it works here. But it's on my attention to it. Is it having or is it not having? The light just flickered. And then there was a sound outside, a weird sound. It sounded like a hollow tube. Okay. I didn't even send the notifications for this show yet. It began immediately. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So thankful and grateful. I heard, because after these messages, we'll be right back. So thankful and grateful for you, those of you who are live. Hello from London, Dana Yeat. Dana Yeet, thank you for joining us. So thankful and grateful that you found us. And Christina, good evening to you too, darling. Let me send these notifications right out. Thank you for joining. We're going to get right into these cards. If you want to know facts, they're below the video. So just check those out. Abracadabra, alakazam, hocus pocus focus, magic am. Abracadabra, alakazam, hocus pocus focus, magic am. Abracadabra, alakazam, hocus pocus focus, magic am. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Yeah. Everything is always working out for me. Yeah. Everything is always working in and out for me. Praise. All right. For love today, we have trust. You got to trust. Ooh, and I heard we's talking about it. We's talking about it. Okay, let's see. For peace, we have stealth. Stealth. I hear slipping into darkness. Let's see what's for happiness. What is the word of clarity for happiness? Unconditional. Unconditional. Let's see what's the other word. It came out with another one. Unconditional. Relate. Put it back. Bottom of the deck. Growing. So, put it back. We said that, right? We did that, right? Right here live on the show. That's part of the message, though. Unconditional and happiness. Wow. Growing. You've grown so much that you're now trusting in the energy of the highest vibration, that it's always there supporting you, that you're blessed in all that you do. So you're choosing strategically for your own peace. Some of you are laying low right now. Some of you are letting go somehow. One of the readers channeled the song 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. Somebody needs to know that. It was like, pass it on. I'm like, oh, okay. Who was the reader? Was it Cindy? I think it was Cindy. Awakening to Spirit. Awakening with Spirit. Okay. So, making your happiness unconditional is an interesting process. Let's see what the interesting process. Okay. It's an interesting process where there was what was a perceived to be clarity was actually very something was, it was like a flip. There was something was flipped. It was in reverse. It was upside down. It was how do we put that? In the netherworld, the other side, it's like there's a whole world that was outside of perception. Interesting. I was just having conversations about children today, in particular. Parents, your children believe the things you tell them. Tell them positive things, especially when they make mistakes, because that's when they need it most. Can you find positive truths even when things are tough? Because they just little tiny things. They just playing. They don't remember being here before. They're just getting to know each other and the world around them. They're investigating. And they're at the beginning of their investigation. So nothing, all your programs and stuff, the babies don't get it. They just don't get it. Because this is their time here. Your task is to show them. Can you show them and let them hold their pure energy of positive love that is unconditional, and happiness? It's unconditional. So the conversation today was about, and mind you, we all have our own opinions and we all have different experiences. And this is just something that came through in conversation. This is something that came through in conversation today. If it resonates, pick it up and run with it. If it doesn't, leave it where you found it. Okay. Often as children, we are taught to accept certain things, because if we don't make someone happy, this person who loves us will hit us. Some of us. I was 29 when I first learned that there were people in this world who had never been hit, or at least not by their parents. I didn't know that. It never dawned on me that there were people that didn't come from a background that was similar to my own until I met somebody. And that was their experience. So there are other ways to do these things. We're teaching our children how to talk to people they love. We're teaching our children how to, we tell them, don't go around beating on nobody. Some people, they don't. They tell their kids to go beat people up. If anybody talks to you or looks at you sideways, you better. There's people out there that are like that. But there's other people who actually, you be nice to people and you don't need to put your hands on nobody and stuff like that. There's different types of people out there, right? But what happens in these homes where people talk with their fists is children learn that it's okay. And if somebody says they love you, it's okay for them to put hands on you. Now, I want you to know that I have spanked my child. I spanked my child. Okay, I'll say that. I spanked my child. And I didn't ever really like that feeling once I got into some sort of emotional control, mastery, some level of it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Because that was all I knew. That was all I knew. When I was a kid, everything was a spanking. It was a fight. Watch two people sit down and have a grown conversation where they discuss what they feel and why and what can we do about this? Or, can we agree to disagree and just move on? Or what needs to happen from here? Those types of conversations, some people heard and some people didn't. What we're trying to make clear is whether you do or you don't is going to change your perception of your awareness of what is available in this world. And it's like, so now I hear the question, so what else is available to us in this world that would totally delight us, that we were unaware of because of where we've come from? But look at how far we've come, and how beautiful would it be to raise children who can see positivity, even when things are tough. They've learned by example, because that's all they've ever known, of how to look towards, well, look, this is the experience. Okay, well, let's just not make it worse. Let's just, okay, so, all right, this is what we're dealing with. Okay, this is what we're dealing with. Now, I'm not pleased with what's happened. I really don't like what's going on here. That gives me some rub. But I guess I can see from your side of it, and they're saying, and that's one of the things that's waking up. The ability to see from the other side of it. And no wonder parents couldn't teach their children that way so much before, because it needed to have an awakening of this seeing from the other side energy. They say, and do you remember when you were a kid, if you were that kid who had those problems, who now may be having some difficulties as an adult in understanding how to communicate with your children? How would you feel about a person who their main form of communication is with very angry eyes, like, what is that when you show your teeth because you're angry, baring the teeth, the baring of the teeth, in the raising of the voice all the time? How about the use of foul language to address you all the time? What do you think that is doing to the programming and the psyche of our children? And does it have to be that way? Does it ever have to be that way? Are there other ways to do things? And how easy is it for all humans to see that there are other ways to do things? And how would that affect our interactions? If we could see it with our children, how would that affect our interactions with one another? How would those ideas affect our interactions with ourselves? And most of us, all of us who are in that energy At whatever point we're in that energy where we can't find love in it, we're separating ourselves from our highest perspective. And somebody's out there like, yeah, but you don't know my kid, girl. I understand. I was not a good kid for my mother. I was not an easy child. Let me put it that way. I was a good kid. But when I got in trouble and I chose to do something, I got in trouble. I just didn't say that, you know. It was for her, it was a real challenge. See, my mother came from a whole nother culture. In her culture, children never disrespect their parents. It's unheard of. You just don't do certain shit. But in our culture, I was around a whole nother thing, you know? And if it wasn't her culture, it wasn't in her experience. So I remember being grown, and my daughter's probably about 6 or 5 or 4, somewhere in there at the time. And we had this whole conversation about how my mother was so gullible because she trusted everything. And the whole point of the conversation was these kids, as they turn to be teenagers, they're like babies. You got to watch their ass sometimes. But you'll know if it's yours or not, that you got to watch. And even that doesn't change them from being who they're going to be. I'm just saying, they got free will too. The point is, do we need to program them and tell them these things about themselves, or do we focus on the solutions? Do we have a conversation in which we communicate why it would be more beneficial for them if they did it this way? What were possible repercussions of doing it the way that they did? And I want to give my dad some real big credit, because now they're showing me very clearly how there were many times when my father did sit, but here's his thing. He would lose his temper, and I would get a spanking with the belt, usually. So, but then as he would calm down his rage, he would sit down with me, and it would be hours of conversation, at least an hour or 2 of conversation about why I wanted to choose something different for myself. I'm so thankful and grateful to my father for having the presence of mind to have that type of discussion with me. Thank you. Yes. And I remember my mother being irritated, calling to me from the door, telling my dad, Johnny, she has to go to school tomorrow. She had to wake up early. It's funny. But he sat and he talked to me. So here's the thing. We're all at a different place. It's not going to behoove us to beat ourselves up either. But somewhere we want to reach for an idea. If it resonates with you, we want to reach for this idea where we just don't teach our children abuse at home. And we teach them how to be in a vibration that would ensure that abuse is not a part of their experience. And we do that mainly by example. So in order to do that by example means we got to get it for ourselves. You can't give what you don't got, right? So I was also talking today about how although I came from such a far cry different energy from where I'm at now, I'm so thankful and grateful that I was there to learn it with my daughter. And I'm still learning it with my daughter. Will I always be learning? Yes, I heard immediately. I heard yes. Okay. So trusting in love and the having, blessing what we have, peace. That's the strategy. Strategy is in peace. And you know that. Peace is a higher vibration. It's a very allowing vibration. Unconditional happiness. And maybe that sometimes that unconditional happiness is just not knocking somebody's dome off of their shoulders. or something else. Sometimes that unconditional happiness comes with the, ooh, if I was who I used to be, and walking away and shaking your head. Sometimes, right? Just so you know. And sometimes it'll come with some words. And if you've gone so far into a resistant situation, it could even come with some hands on it. I'm just saying. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But we're growing. And we're so thankful and grateful that now from this place of trust, stealth, unconditional, you understand and you trust in the divine plan. You trust in your growth. You know how to operate. See, stealth is a skill, baby. It's a skill. Stealth is a skill. And it's strategic. Think about it. The plane, if you think about every show where you've ever seen a stealth jet, it never uses its stealth mode when it doesn't need to. It's a strategy, right? And now the church song Peace Like a River is coming to my head. All right. Let's get into some tarot cards. So that's what we had to say about spells. And now this is what we had to say about children, which I love the energy of this day. I'm so thankful and grateful. Let's pull a word of clarity first. I pre-shuffled everything. So what is the word of clarity that we need to get today? Thank you. Steadfastness. Keep going on that path. Yes, yes, yes. What you're doing is working, baby. You can see it. You can see it working. There's this tunnel. You see the tunnel? And it's an interesting tunnel. It's a very structured, informed tunnel. In other words, it requires, I'm hearing discipline to keep forward and keep steady. Because I see this is on a slope. The bottom of the deck is positioning. Look at that. You've been put in position. Praise. Wow. We have on a lonely mound of grass, not so lonely because it's entertained by this tree. I hear the tree's name is Clyde. Okay. And within the main limbs of Clyde, you could see over the horizon of the ocean a beautiful sun that is always setting and rising simultaneously somewhere. Somebody says, is it the sunset or the sunrise? These are all pre-shuffled too. And this Clyde is so wide. So this is talking about your light. It's showing me, interesting. I love this. I love what I do for me and you. Is showing me the expanse of your energy. And that tree trunk is actually you standing there, holding up with your hand like so, a energy. What did we start to show with? Holding that energy, right? Oh, I love this. And it's like, this is a shortcut charge to life. What did we say we were going to do with that ball of energy today? Put it into our heart. Did you do it? Because I didn't tell you to. But you should have done it. If you haven't already, you can do it whenever you're ready. Okay. Interesting too. I'm hearing those clouds above. They were so beautiful, but they're breaking now. Something was so beautiful, but it's breaking now. Right? Okay. So let's see what's the tarot experience for today, please, and thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh. Okay, there it is. We're going to start right here. The High Priestess, you already know. Let's see what you already know. we're just going to pull off the top from here on out. I'm going to put these back here, actually. Give me just a second. Thank you. All right. What do we already know? Okay. Wow, the Chariot. You already know that you're making moves and that there's all this energy that's coming with you. You know that you got a team. You got a team, baby. You got a whole team with you. Look at you. This is the same as this energy over here. Yo, I love this. Oh my God. People, can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Yes, I can feel it. I hope you can too. It's the energy and it's radiating from you. And what do we say? It's your expanse, your reach, your radiance. Look at the radiance being shown. It's being shown with nature. It's being shown with these horses. Somebody's a Chinese zodiac horse sign. And it's like all those people who are in tune with that energy of that. You must have done something recently with some Asian energy. Because everywhere where you're aligned with that, it's like it's spreading from there through that soul link. Interesting. So what I get is this is you still, right? And this is what you're doing here. And where is that energy coming from? This is, I want to say there's solar plexus energy for sure. And the sun was right here, right? So here you are holding up this energy. You're making the moves in regards, and you're watching that it's creating a flow. And you're already knowing this. Love this, love this, love this. This is beautiful. Okay, what else? We have the 7 of emotions and the 7 of wands. Now we got an alignment. An alignment of actions and feelings. So feeling something is putting something into motion. What you're feeling is putting something into motion. Emotion, energy in motion, emotion. Thank you. So your feelings are energy in motion, and they are making something move. She's looking at all these different fish, and she sees one that attracts her eye. She sees one that attracts her eye, but there's something, look at her gaze, it goes right over there. And the 7 of wands is like really, it's focus. Focus on your goals. Focus on your goals. Because there's more to be revealed in it, is what I get. There's more to be revealed in it. Things are in motion now, though. The light is going to be, I'm hearing the light is going to be shown on some of the key players and key elements in this situation. And it's like your whole team is now going from this band of horses. It's like, okay, I got all this energy running. Now let's focus the energy over there. Huh. And let's make that pop too. We're going to get this one jumping too. We have 777 energy here. So somebody knows that fortune and luck is on their side right now. Somebody is dealing with or having an experience with, thank you. Somebody is having an experience with a Virgo or a Cancer. Or there's somebody watching who has a Cancer sun sign in a Virgo moon sign or rising sign or North Node. Okay. Let's see what else we have for today. 8 of Pentacles and the Magician. Ooh. Oh. Now we get the zoom in version. Zoom in. I told you that was you holding up a ball of energy, didn't I? And look, and it's rainbow. I told you, this is like the zoomed in of this little part of this card right here. If you could see it clearly, see, it looks like a tree trunk, right? But really it's you standing at top of the hill on the edge of the ocean with your hands up, holding a ball of energy and calling things to you as you're sending energy back and forth. And here is the zoomed in version of it. I love the reading. And this is what it looks like. This is what you're actually doing. Somebody is doing some amazing things and you're watching it change your world. Yes, you are. Your power is working. And every time you do it, it's working again and again and again. And it just continues working because everything is always working out for me. You remember singing that song, right? Let's see about some outside factor. Let's see about the other party, the other side of the situation. We'll see it in whatever ways you want to show to speak to the audience. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Two of Voices. That's Earth energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Feminine energy. Two of Voices. Being of two minds, knowing that a decision must be made, feeling between a rock and a hard place, and going back and forth with it. I hear stalling of somebody was stalling some income. Somebody went through this phase where a decision needed to be made to free your ability to grow. So you outgrew a situation, and for somebody else, and or for someone else, or the same person, whatever. Look, if it resonates, it resonates. They're going to get it. Okay. It's making a very important decision about a career. I know what I want and I have it now. And this is how I have it. This is how it's present in my life. That's what you need to do. There's somebody around you in this experience who's got a very important decision about what they are going to accept, what they're going to accept, right? Because on the other side of the table, again, the other side, it's like if you walk, then they're left out in the cold. 5 of Pentacles and the Fool. See, this is, if you walk, this is somebody who's a provider. This is going to quit providing. So which side of the table do you sit on? Are you on this side or that side? What else do we want to know about this experience? Okay. Why is all of this happening for our viewer? Thank you. 2 of Pentacles and the Lovers. So 2 of Pentacles, this is about, again, about that decision, about a connection. This is about making a decision in love. Somebody is made or needs to make a decision in love. I feel like, because there was a stalling, right? Okay. So important decisions coming up about, you have choices to make. Somebody having this experience, it includes Gemini energy, along or possibly along with, or the other signs, okay, that we already mentioned. There's an unfolding here. There's some changes that needed to happen or need to happen. These are two people who are on different sides, and you have a masculine more focused towards the feminine, and you have a feminine walking away but looking back. Do we need to be really be looking back right now? This is also for so your energy is working, and what's happening in people's lives as a result is they're being pushed out in from their comfort zone to go look at the decisions that they've made, that they're making, that are keeping their hands bound, that are giving them this stuck energy, this, what do we call it? How do we describe it at first? It's like being of two minds. You can't make up your mind energy. And that's right over the heart of this. It's like somebody is finally breaking free from the illusion. It's like if somebody walked into a mirror world through the mirror, right? What it looks like is somebody walking out of the mirror right now. And it's happening because there's this other figure, which is you. I feel like that came out in this energy, doing all this, radiating that positive energy, right? And it allows this breakthrough energy to come through the mirror, coming out of the illusion. So as a mother, okay, very simple. As a mother, you can help bind this one or free this one. That's literally what I'm getting. As a mother, you can help bind this one or free this one. Why is this Lovers and Two of Pentacles here? Show me, explain that in relation to what we just channeled only. Thank you. The Magician and the Page of Materials. There it is. Look, and this is something else we talked about. You always want to do the best you can for your children and for yourself. And in being the best for yourself, you'll be the best for your children. Now, the reason why it's so awesome is because this saying, if you make these decisions about love and make these choices about connection and making change so that there's a separation where the feminine energy takes the lead instead of the masculine energy. In other words, teaching more from the feminine qualities. Not so much with the actions, not so much with I'm going to beat you or I'm going to spank you or whatever, right? It's about reaching the heart, not the head. It's not about putting them in fear of you. It's about putting them in love with themselves and in respect with themselves, and understanding that that's a thing, like that exists. There's such a thing as self-love and self-respect. And when you have that, your life will be beautiful. And it's about, watching your child grow into something even more beautiful, more decorated with beauty and consciousness than you. I love this. So these are the ones that we're speaking to. It took a minute for it to come through, but it came through really nicely. I like that. All right. So that's the message that I have overall. I'm going to go ahead and see if I have anything on my phone or if we're complete for today. Let me see what I got. Give me just a second, and then I'm going to check the computer screen. Okay, that's something else. All right. So let's see what I have on the screen. So I want to say hello. Janagit wants to know if the Syrian Council are contacting her or him, them. What is your right pronoun? Okay, let's find out. Let's find out. For facts, please look below the video. Anybody who has a question, put it up today. If you're one of our regulars, throw a question out for me. I'd love to read for you. Thank you. All right. So the way these yes or no's go, if we get an ace in 13, okay, from the time the first ones fall, upright or reversed, it doesn't matter. An ace is an ace. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Nope. I heard you might think it is, but it's something else. Okay. So I don't really know what that is, but okay. There are a bunch of different names on the feed today, so welcome to the show. Let's find out the answer for Mirage. Will I crack my competitive exam? Okay, so crack it. What is a competitive exam? The first card fell out. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Yes, on the third card. And the word creative is coming through for you. So whatever that means. Oh, okay. So envision the diploma, the award, the whatever it is in your hand, period. Actually, picture it on your wall and having a toast with friends staring at it, talking about how that worked out so well for you. All right. Wanda wants a general. Okay. What is the message for Wanda? You got the Queen of Wands and the Seven of Wands. I hear stand your ground and keep going. And I'm also getting for you, I need to pull, okay, the Six of Pentacles. I said it didn't give to you before. It's not going to give to you now, whatever that is. Stand your ground and keep going. In other words, before you invested in something, you gave energy to something in whatever form or fashion that was. You could have invested literally financially or your time or your emotions or your other actions, whatever that was, right? And it was unbalanced before. Yeah, keep going because it's still imbalanced, whatever it is. Oh, the Muse of Materials and the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is taking your power back, but look at this picture. Yeah, just keep going, honey. You're on the brink of something big. That's what I get. So if you ain't already, somebody gonna be contacting you. Something or someone that was very unbalanced before. And it's like, see, this is you showing up as now you're well matched to yourself. So you're very well balanced now. Way more balanced than ever before. So within the balance that you're sustaining, it opens up this energy for you to go through to a new gateway, but you gotta go through balance. It's like the balance is a key to unlock your ability to walk through this. Okay? So, give me just a second. Yeah, keep going. That's your message. So this is you taking back your power, starting something new. Okay? Keep going with that. It takes balance. Stay in balance, because something wants to come back that you have blocked out, right? Yeah, and I feel like whatever this is wants to overthrow your reign, your throne. You are in a beautiful place. You're creating a lot of beautiful things, but it's interesting because your wand is on this side, and this person is on that side of your wand. They cannot get to you. They can't get to you. You got the power over here, and your black cat's right there with you. You got your intuition. You got your power. You got your staff. You got the tool. You are the tool to get done what you want to get done. So anytime anything comes up that tries to throw you off balance, remember, your power is in your balance. Okay? That's what I have for you, Wanda. Thank you so much for your donation today. All right. Let me pick these up and see if we have anything else. If not, I'm going to pull us a card to close us out from the lunch notes. I found them at, where did I say I found them? The Dollar Tree. Yes, I found them at the Dollar Tree. I liked them. So, what is this card for? Okay, Donna, it's source energy, always. The Five of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. This is about lack and limitation. This is about feeling left out in the cold. This is about feeling alone. This is about feeling, this is a lack mentality is what this is, okay? This is a lack mentality. And why is that coming up here? Because right now, oh, look at that. This is beautiful. This is so beautiful. It goes to the Ten of Pentacles. So anywhere where you were, they're asking me to cast a spell. Okay. Anywhere where we're holding on to lack and limitation consciousness, and there is wealth, abundance, attainment, accomplishment, success, and wholeness available for us in harmony with love and peace and happiness principles. Would you like to allow that to flow as abundantly as you can from here on out, anywhere in time, space, anywhere in any dimension, in any vessel, anywhere in the multiverse? Yes, yes. And anything that doesn't allow that, would you like to uncreate and destroy right now? Yes, yes. Ooh, yes, people, yes. Okay. It's beautiful because it's saying it's already done. It's done, it's done, it's done. It felt so light. It felt so free. Wanda's last comment on here is, so I'm protected. Yes, you protected, boo. You protected. You know it. So, look, anywhere where you thought you was going without, you know you was going with nowadays. And that's a beautiful thing. Remember that. In the having, there'll always be more having. The more you, look, if you really on hard times, I hope you walking around your house blessing everything you see as a full-time job. Like, you should do that. Anybody who's struggling financially, do yourself a favor. How many hours did you used to work when you worked? Or how many hours are you willing to invest in turning things around? Walk around and find what you are grateful for. Thank the things in your presence. They are atoms. They are vibration. When you look at this peacock and you say, thank you, thank you, thank you, it vibrates differently. Science says whenever you focus upon something, it changes its vibration. And when you focus intently, that affects the way that vibration is affected. Praise. So when we look at the world and we put love on it, can you see it? We look at the world and we put love on it, right there. Yeah. What happens? What would happen then? Ooh, I heard. And what would happen then if every day all of you all around the world who love and peace and happiness intently thought about planet Earth and held it in this ball of love and just floated love energy all to it and through it, just like this in front of you. Can you envision that ball of energy we worked with at the beginning of the show today and place Earth in that and all that it contains and all that it is into that energy in your mind and just pack it in with love and peace and happiness? You can borrow our song if you want to. You can sing it all day long, should you choose to. In the back of your mind, everything is always working out for me. Abracadabra, alakazam, hocus pocus focus, magic I am. Abracadabra. In the back of your mind, while you're working your job, while you're taking care of the kids, while you're doing whatever it is that you do in this world that takes your time and has you thinking low vibrational thoughts about how horrible things are and what you'd rather be doing that you don't get right now to do, and what you'd rather have or how it'd rather be better and all that stuff. Can we shift our focus? Can we all just shift our focus to something beautiful for a moment? If we all chose it, we would create a vibration so strong and so powerful. And here's the golden part about it. They say, oh, don't even make it sound like you're crying because somebody might get it twisted. It's already done. It's already done. It's already done. Science has proven it takes less of those who do than it does those who don't to accomplish this. Okay. What is the closing message for everyone who gave this video a thumbs up, who's still here now? We're so thankful and grateful. Praise that our channel is growing every day, which is an indicator of this energy. And we predicted this and many other things. Stay sharp, baby. Ooh, I love this. Stay sharp. Stay sharp. You heard? Stay on it. That is our closing message for today. Until next time, sending you the energies of love and peace and happiness. Laters.